Hello and welcome to the New York Sports. I'm your host, Dominic Cons. We have NASCAR Grand Outdoors Truck Series driver Anthony Alfredo on for an interview. Hello and welcome to the New York Sports Show.
Hi, how are you? I'm glad to be on, and thank you for having me. I'm excited to get to discussing some things.
Thank you. It's an honor to have you on. Now, you're new to the Truck Series. You're with DG or Crossley Racing. Now, recently, when you went to Charlotte, you got your best finish, which is 8th place. How did you feel when you finished 8th?
I felt great. Honestly, I feel like we have speed to finish better than that. We have had top 5 speeds all year long so far, but with the trucks, they're very hard to pass. They're very, very aerodynamically dependent, which makes them very tough to pass when you're behind another truck, and it's hard to move around and search for what we call clean air, which is where there's no other truck in front of you. So sometimes you have a really fast truck, and you might have a truck capable of running in the top 5, but if you're running 10th, sometimes the best you could run is 10th just because of the difficulty of passing and the way the air affects the truck. So it was good to have that 8th place finish, get a top 10, and good to get the momentum rolling. But like I said, we've had the speed to run. I think we can have better end results than that. But throughout races, we've showed we could run up front, and actually almost had a shot at the win at Texas. Led some laps and ran up front all night there as well.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very interesting race to see when the trucks went to Charlotte. Now, before you went to the Truck Series, you actually selected to drive for Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s Junior Motorsports in the late model division in 2017, and you finished 2nd place in the championship. How did that feel, knowing that Dale Earnhardt Jr. selected you to drive and you finished 2nd in the championship?
Oh, it was incredible. It was a huge opportunity for me. It was kind of my breakout year. Being from Connecticut, there's not many racers from the north. There's starting to be a few. Obviously, Joey Logano, recent Cup Series champion, and Ryan Preece. Those are guys to look up to, kind of paving the way for us Northerners. But to be a first generation racer from up here and having an opportunity to drive for Dale Jr., who's my favorite driver growing up, was surreal. It's so hard to put into words what it means to me, how important that opportunity was to me, and I feel like I did a good job making the most of it. And like you said, finished 2nd in the Cars Tour Championship. Had a really great shot to win. Only came up about 3 positions on the racetrack short of winning it. My teammate Josh Berry actually won it. He's a seasoned veteran in the late model division. He's been doing it for over a decade now, so I really couldn't be disappointed for finishing 2nd, but it would have just been a cool thing for my own self-satisfaction to have beat him. But it was still a great year for me, helped put me on the map, like I said before, and was a big door opener.
Yeah, and what's the difference of being in a late model than a truck? Is there any difference that you have noticed? Is it harder to drive the trucks or easier to drive in the late models?
I'd say the biggest thing is that competing at the national level now in the Truck Series is a big jump from a competition standpoint, and the handling of the race cars themselves. The trucks drive completely different, very hard to drive, probably the hardest race car you could drive in traffic just because of the way the air affects them with other trucks around you. And in the late model division, you run on primarily short tracks, which are all tracks under a mile in length, or most of the ones I ran on were either half mile or less. And now I'm running on 1.5 mile tracks, and Pocono Raceway, where I'm racing this weekend, is actually 2.5 miles long. So you're talking huge racetracks compared to what you compete on in the late model division, and speeds of roughly 100 miles an hour at these late model tracks, or a little over that. Now I'm racing at tracks where we're upwards of 185, 190 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's definitely a huge change. Now, right now, currently in the Grand Outdoors Truck Series, you're 20th place in points with 155 points. You're 3 points behind on teammate Natalie Decker, who is also new to the team. How have you and Natalie Decker settled in?
She's been doing a great job this year. It's fun being teammates with her and Tyler Ankrum. She's been running just about every race this year. I'm only running a part-time schedule because we couldn't get enough sponsorship to run the full year this year. So I've only ran a handful of races, so it's pretty crazy to be in the around 20th place in points. That's actually a pretty cool accomplishment. I didn't even know that because obviously we're not racing for a championship, so I haven't paid attention to points at all. We're just going out and racing for wins when I have the opportunity to race. So that's a cool stat to note, considering I've only ran 6 races out of, I think there's been just about 13 or 15 races so far. So that's really cool that we've been doing that well on a part-time schedule. It means a lot to me, and just trying to make the most of my limited schedule.
Yeah, you're in 20th place in points with 155 points. And now you completed full-time in the K&N Pro Series East, and you actually won at the South Boston Speedway. How did that feel when you won?
Oh, it's incredible. There's no other feeling like winning. You can't compare it to anything. It's just such an amazing feeling, especially because of all the people who have helped get me here and the hard work of so many people, all my family, my partners, the teams that I've been fortunate to work with. And to win at a historic track like South Boston Speedway as well was really cool, and just to add my name to the list of people who've won there.
Yeah, that was very impressive. And then you finished 5th overall in the points for the K&N Pro Series. Your career, you've done so much in your career. You drove for Junior Motorsports. You drove for Lee Falk Racing in 2015. And in 2015, for Lee Falk Racing, out of 16 races, you came in the top 10 15 times. That's absolutely amazing. What do you have to say about that?
Thank you. Yeah, that was a great year because that was actually my first year ever racing. That was my first year in a stock car. I've only been racing for 5 years, or this is my 5th year, I should say. So that was my first full-time year racing, first year in a stock car. So 15 top 10s out of 16 starts is what I would call a very successful year, especially a very successful first year.
Yeah, 15 top 10s, 7 top 5s, 3 top 3s, and 1 win in 16 starts. That is just amazing. There's drivers in the Monster Energy Cup Series right now who have it's now past 16 races. Kyle Busch, Kyle Busch and Joey Logano, who are the top 2 in the standings, have during the first 16 races, they didn't finish in the top 10 15 times. You did better than what the MENCS drivers are doing right now. What do you have to say about that? Is that cool, knowing that?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely cool knowing that. At that level, it's more of the regional level. It's still a big success for me. But obviously, the higher level you compete at, the higher the competition, and it's a lot harder to win races and perform. But for my first year racing, it's definitely something to be proud of and something I'll never forget and try to, carry on throughout my career.
Yeah, now, what is your favorite track to race at?
That's an awesome question. I think that my favorite racetrack to compete on is probably a mix between either Atlanta Motor Speedway or Texas Motor Speedway. Both those are really fun racetracks that I've enjoyed racing at, and I'm looking forward to going back there in the future.
Yeah, that's really cool. Now, if you got an opportunity right now to drive for in the MENCS, what team would you go to?
That's an awesome question too. I'm not really sure, just because the way things fall into place. But obviously, I've got a great opportunity working with Toyota Racing and TRD right now. So it'd be incredible to work with Joe Gibbs Racing and work alongside guys like Kyle Busch and Martin Truex Jr.
Yeah, now, what had you start your racing career? What got you into the sport? Or did you just wake up one day and said, hey, I want to do this? What made you get into it?
Well, to be honest, I just grew up a race fan. I had been watching the races every weekend with my parents, just sitting on the couch watching them. And like I said, nobody in my family has raced. We had raced go-karts a little bit as kids just for fun and done some rental kart racing, but nothing actually other than, like I said, watching on TV and being a fan. So I did want to give it a enough to have parents who supported me, and I did my research, and it just took off from there.
Yeah, that's really, really cool hearing that. Now, is there anything else that you would like to say to the people watching this?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all my family and supporters and all the fans who make this sport what it is, and who have gotten me to where I'm at. And it also wouldn't be possible without my race team and all my partners, Steel Smith, Oxford Energy Group, Mechanic Shop North, JDRF, and the Friends of Jacqueline Foundation. We've been doing some amazing work this year and utilizing my racing platform to do a lot of good for others with the foundations and obviously success for our partners. So I'm looking forward to the future and getting back on track soon.
Thank you for being on once again, folks. That is NASCAR Grand Outdoors Truck Series driver Anthony Alfredo. Thank you once again for being on, and have a great day. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn that notification bell on so you can be the #1